My previous video was me talking about submission to service and not submission to authority. But the video is just, to scrub the surface of the whole idea and topic. And I want to point out something to make it clear. Anything I say about this kind of issues is my own point of view. And is my point of view is being fed by my experience. So if you've been having bad experience relationships, I don't technically expect you to think anything good out of relationship, except maybe you just come to a realization and think outside your box. So say for example, I've been having good experience relationship. I don't see a reason why I should be talking bitter. Now, it's my experience, is my thought process, is how I see things from this lens, and how I experience things. That's what I'm trying to share, and how I do things too. Now, there's this huge topic about control. How it works for women and how it works for men. And I sat down to think about the whole thing and try to look for a way to convey the message, to see if I can make a little bit of sense and if you can add some to it and catch some from what I'm saying. Now, control in its essence is not really a bad thing. All right. Now, in my own little world, I like to think of it as the best way to control the world at large is if you can control yourself and your output to the world. Then everything around you will shift to your dynamics. And in that way, you technically are controlling the world. But if you are so hell bent on power and trying to control people, that's the one that is not really good, because you're not doing anything to you know for yourself. Your real control is in what you do for yourself and what you stop yourself from doing, that inadvertently help you communicate with the world at large. Now, it is my understanding and my own point of view with my experience. All right, don't. This is not a general thing. This is not me studying this from the book. This is just my own point of view. So understand that. Now, control for men. I think when we talk about control, we we talk about situation and events, and we talk about person. So it's either you control a situation, you control an event, you control a happening or whatever it is, and or you control a person, you control an entity. All right. Now let's start from the scratch. Now we've all established the fact, because I see everybody talking about this. We've established the fact that men operate with logic, women operate with feelings. Now, feelings is manipulative. Feelings is baseless. Feelings is not something you can hold on to use to address issues. Feelings is something you use to manipulate issues. It's not like it's a bad thing. Now, all these words are just words used to describe things. They are not necessarily bad already. So follow me. Now, logic in its own sense requires reasoning, and reasoning can only be done if you have facts. So even women say this, you guys say this. Men use logic to operate, women use feelings to operate. Now, with logic, you need facts. With feelings, you just need to feel. All right? Now, follow me. If women need feelings to operate, or women use feelings to operate, it means that they are manipulative. They want things to go the way they want it to go. So it's how they feel. And feeling is business, is not static. It's not something that the way it is today is the way it is going to be tomorrow. Feelings change. But for men, facts don't change. Facts remain the same. Now, if that is the case, and men operate the way they operate, I would like to believe that when it comes to events, it comes to situations, it comes to environment, it comes to a lot of things, men will do a better job at. So, if men operate with logic and women operate with feelings, it is safe to say that men is the firewall that stands in between women and the world at large. Now, The world comes to you or comes at you with events, with circumstances, with situations, things are happening. And to be logically inclined to handle some problems, some situations, you would need the thought process of a man. All right. At the end of the day, if you want to go by solving something with feelings, it ends up having you to move someone with your feelings that would help you solve those things logically. Your feelings will technically not solve anything. So if men operate with logic, then men are better suitable or suited for controlling events, happenings, and situations, occurrences, whatever it is. Now, with my own personal experience, I can add to the fact that women control the men that control all those things. So, using my household as an example, I might be the one to say, this is how this is done. This is how this is done. But I don't come to the conclusion of how we are going to do it without consultation. Yes, I already know what I know. I already command what I command, but I need to consult with my partner, with my wife. And majority of my decisions will always come from what she feels, in addition to how I logically want to bind everything. So if women exclude the idea of a man controlling things, it ends up being that she would have to manipulate a man into doing things or manipulate situations around. Which, at the end of the day, if we all agree together, being in control is horrible. It's a lot to ask of yourself. Now, you can bash me to tomorrow, but women are not better equipped with the burden that comes with authority. People in power don't have rest. People in position of authority can never be carefree. Is it carefree or careless? Can never be careless. Yeah, carefree, true. So you have to think all your steps through. It comes with a lot of burden. You are responsible for more than you even bargain for. Now, in the whole makeup of a woman's DNA, there's nowhere that says she is or she would be fine with handling more than what she bargained for. They end up getting tired, frustrated, and burst out at the end of the day. But men, no matter what they go through, most men, don't get me wrong, not every man. Some men are technically women in their thought process, whatever. But men will 9 out of 10 times grind through all that and try to make sure everything goes as it's supposed to go. So the moment a woman thinks of it like, how about I let this man be in charge, or how about I let whoever I decide to submit to be in charge, I will be in charge of that person that is in charge. Because if you it's not something you have to go around to go and to go and figure out how it works. Just look around you. Whoever is married, if you see at least a sign that says this marriage doesn't have to be a happy marriage, if it's healthy, because most marriages do not necessarily emit happiness. It's the truth. The most happiest times of your life is when you're alone. It's just a fact. Now, there's a difference between being happy and being healthy. A relationship can be healthy, but not necessarily happy. Now, there are phases when the happiness comes in and it's just blossom for a while. There are phases when it's not just happy. Doesn't mean they're sad. It's just there, but it is healthy. If you see any relationship around you that is healthy enough for you to question the legitimacy of some of their processes, if you ask questions, you will learn that regardless of how much control the man has, the woman controls the controller. It's just like you want to play video games. There's the video game console, there is the controller, which is the gamepad. Without someone to handle the gamepad already has the inbuilt, is already equipped with what to use to control everything in the game. But someone needs to hold the gamepad and control it. And since women work with feelings, Men work with logic but understands feelings. A woman can direct her feelings to a man to empower him to logically think and operate. Now, I say this the way I say it because most women jump that loop and put themselves in bigger mess than they bargain for. Yes, you want to control. Yes, you want to rule. Yes, you want to have power. Yes, you want to be equal. Blah, blah. That's not the point. There's a reason why men and women are different. And until the day we learn to cohabitate, Abi, is it cohabit? Cohabitate. The day we learn to coexist, the day we learn to, you know, do this, to create this, that's the day we would learn the real idea of how relationship works and when you need to step back and step forward. Now, everything I've said right now has nothing to do with who has more money. Has nothing to do with who is more responsible for this or that. It just has a lot to do with what kind of person deals with what kind of stuffs. It got me thinking at the point, and I asked myself, what is that one thing that a woman needs to be a woman that she doesn't already have? And I asked myself for so long, and I could not find one thing. And I asked myself the same question: what is that one thing, or what are those things that a man needs to be a man? And I can list 20 things. I'm sure if you ask yourself the same question, you can list as much as you can list. Because as a woman, everything you need in life to become a full-fledged woman, to become the, the premium version of women, is within you, is inside. Even up until when you want to have a child, the capacity and the everything you need to have a child is inside you. Now, what I just said now, single mothers will never understand. I get it. I get it. But if we for once put our feelings aside and just look at things from, what if I did it the normal way? Now, I didn't say the way you did it is wrong, but what if for once let's just accept that, okay, this way is normal. Now, this way that I'm in is not normal, but it's fine. How can I salvage this situation? Because sometimes people get themselves in situations and they want to make the normal process, they want to make it look as bad as it can be, so that their own abnormal situation is considered almost normal. It didn't take just only you to have your child. It took you and someone to have a child. Some of you might have made the wrongest mistakes or the wrongest whatever, meeting up with someone because it was fun at the moment, and but this is not the kind of person you envision yourself, having a child for, but eventually have a child for a person. Some of you just have bad selection choices. Some of you just, whatever it is, whatever situation, this is the normal way. I'm supposed to be with my guy, with my man, person I have a child for. And right now I'm not with this person. It's normal. It's okay. But don't let's make what is normal not normal just because you want to validate what this person is. Because at the end of the day, if you look at it, the reason why we're having that problem is because women use feelings to attack those that are in that normal shoe. And even those that are in that normal shoe are currently feeling bad that they are there. You know. So if that is the situation, now men on the other hand need money, need status, need respect, need connection just to be considered a man. Even the topic of a girl becoming a lady, becoming a woman, blah blah blah, is not talked enough. Like the way a 25-year-old guy or a 30-year-old guy is considered a boy just because of the way he thinks. At the end of the day, it's okay again. Like I always, it's okay. It's not bad. That's how you know that most men will at least take accountability of what's going on. Am I broke? Yeah, I'm broke. I would accept, and I work on myself. Now, will I sit here and try to buttress the reason why a lady that doesn't have money as I like a lady in my same financial situation is broke? Why would I worry about that? If she doesn't think she's broke or whatever it is, then it's fine too. But as of right now, okay, I'm broke. Let me work on it. That's the. I just feel like if men and women could be on the same page and we complement each other, because there are tons of places where a woman would excel and a man will fail. And there are also tons of places that a man will excel and a woman will fail. The day that we agree with each other, right, and say, how about you excel in your own places and I excel in my own places, and we combine that force to create something so formidable. The day that happens, a lot will change. But at the end of the day, it's called life. Not all we wish for comes true. But regardless of how bad society is, regardless of how things seem or how worse it is, people still have it the right way. All right, people still have it the right way. And even at this point, I'm convinced enough that some some people, not men or women, some people somewhere are living this life with the experiences of people they don't know. There's so much things online today that people are the way they are just because of what they heard. I still find it hard to understand what a 19-year-old girl mean by men has come. I'm sometimes I sit down, I try my best to understand what would a 20-year-old girl mean, or what is the experience she has come by in her dating life that is so, what's it called, that is so much that it has amount to our understanding that men are bad. Because I mean, I can't understand it. In my books, you're still a child. There are some things you shouldn't even have experience about. Yes, you do those things, but I don't think at that point they should have had enough to be able to determine that, oh, this is messed up. But if a 30-year-old lady is saying the same thing, I mean, duh, she has seen her fair share. Can you imagine a girl up and coming, and she has heard this story online, heard this story online, heard this story online, and her preconceived notion of men is what she heard online, not what she personally experienced. You see how messed up that is? You see how messed up that is? You grow into the online world and you start having this unfound notion of experiences. And these things are not simple experiences, they are bogus experiences that these people feed on. And it's amazing how they understand those experiences and live the experiences themselves. Because I grew up with the idea of what you don't know can kill you. So what if you went into the dating pool with just a pure mindset of not bad, not good, just 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 be in there. Not because men are bad, I have to be careful. I have to what? No, what are you watching? I don't know, I might sound stupid, but why will a 19-year-old girl or boy be looking for faithfulness? I mean, you get on your roster a little bit, like meet people, have experiences yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you have 100 people on doing the same thing, they will all have 100 different experiences, because their makeup of a person will determine how life faces them and how they face life. But you have these people, you have these 100 people right now, you have 50 of them going by one point of view. That's not even theirs, one point of view. And they operate life with that same point of view and get the same result. Meanwhile, we are supposed to have 50 different experiences. Have you sat down to think about why a group of friends will have the same experiences as one person? The first to have the experience. We will see things, we'll see men, we'll see women as that same experience. Where is the diversification in experience? Where is the uniqueness of life? Yes, I understand the world is digitalized right now. The world is the way it is. Things have gone, civilized, blah, blah, blah. But I don't care how civilized the world wants to be. Something will still remain what it is, and it's common sense. Common sense will still and forever be common sense. Nothing will change. I don't care how civilized the world. Common sense will never be civilized. It will remain common sense. And if only we can teach these young ones like myself how to operate in common sense first before getting to intricacies. common sense. I mean, then we have the issue of when we talk about love and respect. I know we all hear the fact that men need love, men need respect, women need love. And I'm not sure anybody has thought about it deeply to understand what it is. I was even watching a video the other day that I think I reacted to the video where these girls think that women strive to earn respect, that men are born with it. And as a man, I sat down for a little bit. I'm like, am I born with respect? I wish. We if anybody wants to come online and talk about success, let it be someone that is already successful, and you don't have to pay for a class to access the success stories or the updates. When someone wants to talk about relationship, let it be someone that has been in enough. When someone wants to talk about marriage, how about it be someone that is married, not some young guy playing around somewhere? Because that's a bunch of people we have on podcast right now. All the guys on podcast already have a baby mama somewhere and are not committed to any relationship. Most of them even pay child support, which is funny. You would expect someone that is married and is still married to share their experiences about marriage. But no, all you see online is women telling men how men think they think. Men telling other women how married people operate, how a husband operates. You are not even a husband yet. Some of them are not even daddies yet. Or some of them are daddies to different babies that they are not able to exhibit fatherly role on. Yes, at some point they will blame the woman. But what you are not, how are you able to teach it? Especially for you women. How are you able to determine what men want and how men should think? You see, the logicality of how men think is why we don't respond to those things. We just let it slide. We just let it roll. Because we pick our battles. Life is stressful enough. I can't wake up in the morning and just expect someone to send me money. A lady can wake up in the morning and just get breakfast just because she's a lady. Is something that ladies can relate. Yeah. The last time I got free money was never. When I mean free money, I mean someone that doesn't feel indebted to me. Someone that just felt like, oh, today's a beautiful day, and I think Tosin woke up right. I think I thank God for him being alive. Not because I do for them, just because they just know me from somewhere and they just send me money. No, it will never happen. And it's fine. You know me and it's fine. But a girl, I can meet a girl today, and just because whew, she's beautiful, let me send her some money for dinner. And it's not even at the point whereby you can't just send anything. You have to send something tangible. But yeah, let's talk about love and respect. What does love mean to women? What does respect mean to men? Now, you guys might know better. You have people that know better than me, but yeah, this is again my point of view, the way I see things, my experiences. Now, let's talk about it. What does it mean when they say love women? Women need love, men need respect. Now, I like to believe the fact that you can't necessarily need what you have. Now, if you can't need what you have, it means you don't have what you need. Let's hold that there. Now, if we can all agree that love in its fullness is not a feeling, it's an action. Love is not fleeting, love is doing. So if love is an action, which means to experience love, something has to be done. You don't just feel it. Something has to be done for love to be alive, dwell. Yes. If that's the case, men in their fullness have love in them. Women do not have. Please, before you nail me to the cross, digest it. Men have love in them, inbuilt. Women do not have. Men will do for you because they have love in them. Women will love you because you did for them. If you are a man and you have ever been loved without doing anything, without wearing your man shoes, then you can prove me wrong. Now, women, on the other hand, have respect in them. Men do not have. Hence the reason why women need love, men need respect. If you see a bunch of women right now and you pick just a bunch of women, the respect you have for women already without them doing anything will make you do things in accordance with what they require. But if you see a bunch of men right now, you will need those men will need to prove themselves one by one to be respected. So men all the days of their life run to prove why they need to be respected. They are respected as a matter of fact, respect has levels. So the amount of respect you get is the amount of proof you have. As a man right now, the same respect you accord me is not the same respect you are going to accord for Jeff Bezos. I'm even going too far. The same respect you accord me is not the same respect you accord. Name one celebrity you know. Someone way richer than I am. All right. So women, on the other hand, do not need to have anything to be respected. Just they just need to be seen to be respected. But a man needs to do to be respected. Hence the reason why we are yearning for respect. Because on our levels, on our different levels, we do enough. We do something to attract that respect that we are requesting from you. But you on your level, do something. Do you guys always are always supposed to be doing, and you're doing to be loved. So it's after we do the love thing, the action word, the love, that you now then feel it. Which is why the same thing you do for us, that you be expecting us to feel as love, is what you get as respect. But our exhibition of respect comes off like it might be controlling. Because if a man is pumped full of respect, it feels like he's controlling you. Because that's when his masculinity blooms. But a woman on the other hand, woo, butterflies everywhere. As a matter of fact, you would show a woman love to the extent that she won't just feel the butterfly anymore. She will see the butterfly. So if we don't have what we need, and what and we don't need what we have, it means that men have love. If I want to even quote Bible, I can even add it to it. Bible say God is love, and God created man in His own image. So you understand that whole perspective. At this point, I think the reason why I'm making these statements and these videos, everything, is because it's probably because I've seen a lot of women doing things the hard way, not because they chose to, but because they think that's what the norm is. Now, a lot of women has failed this thing called life, and they are using their failure as a weapon on the younger ones coming, because they don't want to be left alone in that realm. So they are weaponizing their failures to recruit new ones that don't have that experience they have, so that they too will join them there. Because hardly will you see a woman tell another woman the truth. And since women operate with feelings, you will definitely manipulate your kind. You know, men on the other hand, we do so much to hurt ourselves. We do so little to help ourselves in some cases, but we do so much to ask for accountability. So, in the real sense of it, I think men will, majority, will watch you fail first and ask you why did you fail, and hold you seriously accountable. But women on the other hand, they will praise your failure because you have to stay there, and until at least they get out of that situation that you failed in. So, I think that's what is prompting my thought process, because in the real sense of it, the world is not fucked up as my excuse my language. The world is not messed up as it seems, as the internet seems. It's just too many undiluted experiences that has nothing to do with you, that you have digested and believed in and you are operating in. Please, if you are one of those people that do not have experiences that you are using to operate life, Can you just drop those things and work with a new slate? We are now in the era where the younger will have a secret, a past, and she doesn't think the best option for her is to keep quiet about it and keep the secret secret, keep the past in the past. But she wants to enjoy the feeling that comes with she talking about it, bragging about it, and at the end of the day, you must accept her for who she is. Why would I need to accept you if you could have just kept it a secret because you've done it and it's gone? The people that are in better shoes today, some of them didn't have to talk about those things and brag about it and enjoy the feeling of bragging about it and then make someone accept them for who they are. So if we can do a better job at keeping the mouth shut about the past, it will in some ways help some people move forward. But no, you want people to accept you for who you are. No, no one's accepting you for who you are. Who you are is already stated already. But if you add something from the past, they will bring it to you because what is past for you, the moment you say it is present for whoever you are telling. Can we understand that? Your past is always your past. But the moment you open your mouth and say it, it becomes the present for whoever hears it. And this, you have to accept me for who I am, is trash. We have to stop it. We can do better now. Yeah. I think so. We can do better. You know? So please, if you don't have the experience you are working with, drop it. Go and get your own experience. Navigate life with your own point of view, with your own perspective. No, let life deal with you with, I don't know how to emphasize it. I don't know how to emphasize it. One of the things I used to do when I was a little bit younger, still a young boy, but let me say my teens, is the only trouble I get in is the one I put myself in. So I'm hardly influenced, at least by bad peers. Oh shit. I am hardly influenced because I'm scared of regret. Now, I've been in some mess before, but those mess are technically something I signed up on myself, not because someone pressured me into it. No, because if you mess up and it is your doing, you don't regret it. I mean, you might not want to be where you are. You might not want to be, the result. You might not like the result, but you don't necessarily regret it. It's your actions. You own up to it. But if it was something that was not your doing, from the moment it starts going to shit, you start regretting. That, why did you do this? So let's leave our experiences. Yeah, I know I've talked about throw, talked about submission, I've talked about love and respect, you know, I've talked about personal experiences. My page is full blown with experiences, with lifestyle, with relationship. I'm married. I have a child. So if I talk to you about if I come on here and rant about married life or whatever it is, I'm not talking about something I read. I'm talking about my experiences, how I see it, how I experience it. If you're waiting for me to go and read one book on what love is or what marriage is before I come and talk to you, you are getting it wrong. And if you think I'm talking to you on a universal level, you're getting it wrong. This idea here, this thought process here is the local one, the one inside here. I'm telling you about what I see, what I experience, how I navigate life. Period. So let's just keep it at that. I feel like it will make more sense. Let's keep it at that. And you can follow me too and subscribe. You can subscribe to my channel. You can like the video. You should like it. If you dislike it, don't dislike it. Just like the video, subscribe. I'll put out more content. If you have something you want me to talk about, I have vast knowledge on a lot of things. If I don't have the knowledge, I can consult someone that has it and get the information and apply it to myself and see how it works out. But if you have something you want me to talk about, if you have somewhere you're stuck up on, send me a message, drop a comment. I would definitely talk about it. And see you guys next time. Peace out. Come and drink. Yeah, and subscribe too. I need that part. Alright? No, not you. You have subscribed already. You. Subscribe. Thank you.